1920s. An emphasis on technology and Scientology that organizations like NASA would soon normalize, bringing them to the social arena and seeing what the reaction will be. Space propaganda begins before any actual rocket missions take place. A key emotion played on is nationalistic pride. Everyone is to feel they have participated in some way, even if remotely, simply by being a citizen, working towards an exciting new ideology, post-World War and Edwardian drudgery, that could achieve astounding things. While posters and rallies appealed to the imagination and aspirations of the youth, nuclear, Einsteinian theoretical physics served another purpose: to be used as a threat, a source of fear for all people on Earth, the ultimate incentive to toe the line or else. This was the nuclear bomb, which I believe is fake, and the threat of worldwide apocalypse. In 1944, the first mainstream image of an atomic bomb, looking a bit like a diving bell, and with all those wires and bits and pieces sticking out, similar to what you see in the NASA footage of the ISS. Governments carefully spell out the consequences of such an explosion, showing footage from their staged test runs and obliterating Hiroshima City, presumably with normal but still very deadly artillery, and giving out drills on the best way to survive the radioactive fallout. A real game changer for mass hypnotism is television. Different people are credited with the invention. John Logie G. Baird in the UK, 1934. Philo Taylor Farnsworth, USA, 1927. And there's also Polish inventor Jan Saspanik, 1897, and Charles Francis Jenkins, 1930. In truth, these all look like red herrings for something that had been used by the economic military complex for some time. Notwithstanding, television was not yet as important as paperback fiction and cinema. People could buy a brightly illustrated book or magazine at any street kiosk for cheap and read about angry aliens, other planets and time travel. As usual, highly promoted Illuminati writers like H.G. Wells show the truth only in code. The actual stories are purposefully childish and far-fetched, dumbing down, keeping it sexual and political, never dealing with scientific facts. A common scene seems to be this scientific control room, where all the magic goes on, the shadowy experts busy at work. The dark Saturnian themes, occult and mythology cannot be ignored in these films. The principles NASA's space hoax is founded on. A Trip to the Moon, 1902. The Motorist, 1906. And Woman in the Moon, 1929. This is 4 decades before the moon landing. NASA staff hysterically celebrate launching a giant firework into the South Pacific Ocean. It doesn't feel like much effort is being made to make the CGI look realistic. This is not the aim. Nuclear fission takes the black magic of heliocentric cosmology to the micro level. People were made to believe that everything is made of atoms, a nucleus with electrons whizzing around it, presumably held in by gravity. It was enough to make the layperson's head spin. Enrico Fermi, called the architect of the new nuclear age, worked as a physics professor in Rome before being drafted to America to help in the Manhattan Project. A master mason and Nobel Prize winner. No one is that good, and there are too many coincidences. Han and List Meitner, most conveniently a married couple, were looking into radioactivity. No real development during the decade was made. We will never know what, if anything, happened in these government-sanctioned laboratories. It was, however, important that things were seen to be moving. Lastly, Werner Heisenberg introduces words like cosmic rays and the whole concept of hitting uranium with electrons to create a reaction. His mother was good friends with Himmler's, so certainly of the inner circle.